The first story we have is the UK is still popping off. We just last week we dealt with the UK, and now we got more UK.
Are we missing something?
The UK is rebellious.
Man, listen, all I know is if I go to the UK, I'm not bringing nothing with me.
Well, that's not the problem. The problem is everyone from the UK seemed to be taking shit elsewhere. That's what seems to be going on.
Yeah.
And so last week, right? I guess it was last week, we were just talking about the girl who went to Thailand, and she was on vacation, and she ended up missing, and then she showed up in Georgia, the country Georgia, at the airport, pregnant with like 50 pounds of weed.
Yeah, she went there, brought her 50 pounds of weed, and forgot her boobs, though. She left them back where she was at.
But she went back and then, because Steve was doing the story last Thursday, and he says, what do you think she would do if she left a bag of weed at the airport? She forgot her weed.
And went back for it.
And that's a dumbass shit you said. You said you'd go back and get the weed. And he said, well, you'd be in jail too. So we got a new story. And I'll let you tell everybody about what we got. Go ahead.
Okay, so
And control room, there's a couple of pictures, and then there's a video, and the video is, I don't know what it's called, but it's there's like a lady. The first frame's like a lady in a blue dress. I should have the numbers, but I don't. Yeah, while he's giving the story, you can put these pictures up of this young lady.
yeah, so it's another story.
UK.
UK, ex-flight attendant Charlotte May Lee, 21, was arrested in Sri Lanka. She tried to smuggle 101 pounds of some drugs.
Hey now. Here's a picture of her right there.
Called Kush. Now,
Hey
now, let's talk about that.
Yeah, put her back up.
Good picture right there. Is that her being arrested right there?
Yeah, but let's put the first one back up.
Let's take a look at it.
We don't want to. We want to see her before she's arrested, so we can do some evaluation, right?
Well, there's a couple problems.
Okay, go
A
ahead.
couple of problems I see right away. Okay, she shouldn't have been smuggling anything. Because I'm going to stop that right in that. If I work at airport traffic patrol or whatever, I'm stopping her.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
She's not riding under the radar.
Not under the radar.
At all.
I need to see that up close and see what she doing.
Go full screen. Can you go full screen with this picture so we can get a good look at her? We might as well. She's cute.
Man, girl look good. You know what?
She's a little thick, but she's good.
Can Late Night Green bail her out or something? Because she look,
Oh, I don't think you're getting bailed out of this one, brother.
Man,
she's in an unfriendly spot right now.
Man, I'm going out there like Dennis Rodman when he went to Korea. You know what I mean? I'm going to get her out.
You gonna go save that young lady?
Yeah. I don't believe she did it.
You don't. All right. Well, so here's the picture of her getting busted. But why don't you tell us what happened? You're a horrible storyteller. Tell us the damn story. What happened?
Well, okay. So, she was arrested in Sri Lanka for allegedly smuggling over 45 kilograms of Kush. Now, this is a deadly synthetic drug containing human bones.
What?
Now that's the crazy part. Forget that she tried to smuggle 100 pounds of some illegal product.
Yeah.
But it had human bones.
Well, what is it? It ain't Kush. How you gonna call it Kush? It ain't Kush.
Well, that's what threw me off.
About it.
That's what threw me off too. That is definitely not Kush or kosher. So it's a deadly synthetic drug containing human bones. She claimed she was innocent and the drugs were planted.
Was she in you said Africa?
No. I said
The drugs from Africa.
no. I don't think she said that. But
Yeah,
she said the drugs were planted.
Bro, that article said something about her like this shit's made in Africa. This is big in Africa.
Yes. Well, actually, there's a lot of grave robbing. So she's ex-flight attendant from UK Charlotte, facing up to 25 years.
Yeah, Sri Lanka doesn't fuck around, man.
Yeah,
That's
they
another
fuck it up.
place that don't fuck around.
They damn sure don't.
The fuck you flying there for with 100 pounds of weed? Is that what she has? 100 pounds of weed?
So the drugs, they're supposed to include some portion of human bones, and it was hidden in her luggage when she landed in Bandaranaike International Airport in Colombo earlier this month.
I didn't know you were bilingual.
Man, shit, I'm still trying to work that one out. I still let you read it, man.
That's okay.
So she's from South London. She had reportedly been working in Thailand, and her visa was expiring.
Ah, Thailand, the common connection.
So you know what? No, what's so different about these young people now? So her visa was expiring. So she decided to make a short trip to Sri Lanka to wait for his renewal. Now, where do they get all this fucking money? People just run it. She's 21 years old. So she's flying all around the goddamn.
Somebody else is involved. Somebody else is involved. You think she figured this all out herself?
That's true. Somebody.
If she was smart enough to figure this out, she'd be smart enough not to do it. Someone fucking did. Someone told her to do this or lined it up. She thought she's getting some easy fucking money or some shit like that.
But they saw them titties at the motherfucking at customs. They said these are customs.
No, they saw the titties and then they started inspecting.
Yes, you got to come see me.
Well, it looks like she might have been keeping them up there.
So she said she never saw those drugs before, and somebody must have, put them in there, snuck them in there, and she was, she said it was filled with all my stuff. I don't know where that came from.
And that's the picture of the being in another country, getting detained and taken away to some sort of fucking crazy ass prison or some shit.
Well, look at her. She looks innocent. I'd have believed her.
She don't look good in that left picture. She does in the right. Different story, doesn't it?
Man, shit, hey. I'll take the before, June.
Yeah. You want before or after? We'll take the before for sure. We'll go ahead and let's.
So with the human bones part, so they grave her out in Sierra Leone. It's a big problem out there.
It's a big problem, huh?
Yeah, and then
the fuck-
Kush is a synthetic drug.
Who the fuck does this?
I don't know, man. What does the human bones have to do with the drug?
I don't know. This is why you're telling the story. I thought you were telling me the story.
Well, the story doesn't really say much that, people robbing graves, getting the human bones, and some end up in synthetic.
I wish Mary Jane was with us today. She's not with us today.
Hey, you know what? That's a good question for Mary.
It is a good question for her.
We're going to dial her up.
Let me see if she's available. I don't think she is. I'm going to be honest with you. So keep going. Control room, if you can cue the video up that's in there, that lady with the blue dress, that's a news story about this.
So people, just beware. If you're flying through Bangkok, that's a big drug smuggling area, and they're looking for drugs. Don't bring anything with you. Okay, come on. This is 2025. You should be able to get where you're going and then get what you need. Right? Am I right, Phil?
Yeah, you come on, man. Get what you. First of all, it doesn't say why she was going there. It doesn't say anything. And where'd Thailand come from? She went through Thailand to get to this spot?
Yeah, so it's...
so Thailand seems to be the spot where everybody's getting fucked up.
Yeah, so they're on people, so don't do it. Just say no when you're in Thailand.
Let me see if she's available. Nah, she ain't available. Shit's fucking broke. All right, well...
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So
all right.
A girl had 100 pounds of some illegal drugs and got caught.
Now you want to hear a professional storyteller tell the story?
Yeah.
All right, play the video.
Very soon. First up, though, I want to talk about another story that's been in the news. We've had a few of these stories over the last week involving young Brits abroad who are languishing in jail on remand, have been accused of smuggling drugs. First of all, we had Bella Cully. She is just a bizarre young woman. She's only 18 years old. She went missing when she was over, we believe, in Thailand and Vietnam, and she was travelling around. And then she suddenly turned up in Georgia, where she was accused of
You're not saying that she showed up pregnant either.
drugs. It was
Drugs and
It
pregnant.
was claimed that she had drugs with her. She's been kept behind bars there. And then, of course, we had a £1.15 million stash of cannabis, which a British air stewardess, Charlotte May Lee, is accused of
$1.5 million.
last Monday. It was a strain was the drug. Now, both of these women, of course, are getting help from our representatives overseas, our commissions and embassies overseas, and, of course, getting help from lawyers as well. But how much sympathy do I, should we have for Brits caught abroad with these accusations? Let's talk to Chris Stacey, who's Chief Executive of Prisoners Abroad. Very good afternoon to you, Chris.
Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Thank you for joining us. Now,
It's so fucking
look,
late.
Man, that chick should have been on New Jack City,
it's
them
gonna
gangster
happen. People can
bitches.
get falsely accused
Together.
of crimes. People can actually, be fitted up as part of a sting operation. This has happened. We know this. I don't know the ins and outs of either of these cases, but I suspect there may be a possibility that one or other of these women were involved with drug smuggling, and they'd been fooled into doing it, carrying drugs, thinking it was fairly risk-free. And now in two countries where they take this stuff very, very seriously indeed, in Sri Lanka and...
Pause that right there, please.
No, that's...
Did she just say that these girls may have been tricked to bring it in there? So, did she just say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, they had nothing to do with it. These young white women couldn't possibly have done nothing illegal.
Oh, now it's white. Now we got.
Well, that's what we got. We got two young white. That's. Did you hear that?
I heard it, but she didn't say white.
What were the two women?
They were white.
Okay. Let's play it.
All right, go ahead. Whatever.
With strong policies on this, could now face many years behind bars. How much sympathy do you think Brits should have for these women?
Well, when you see photos of suitcases packed full of drugs, I understand how it's easy to jump to having very little sympathy. But for Prisoners Abroad as a charity, this isn't about sympathy or even whether someone should or shouldn't be in prison. It's about people's basic needs and their dignity, supporting people while they're in prison. And for the last 45 years, we've supported people in these types of situations. And for a large proportion of people, they've not set out to travel overseas and commit criminal offences. Often, and in these two cases, we are talking about very young, vulnerable people. And this is on the rise.
Vulnerable. 21-year-old working as an air stewardess, you're not vulnerable. 18-year-old? I've got an 18-year-old, she's not vulnerable. One thing she knows not to smuggle drugs. I mean, she wouldn't worry about the authorities in other countries. She'd worry about me, but, you know.
Well, I think a lot of people that I've teenaged children who go on holiday, you worry about them, you appreciate that surrounded by a foreign language, surrounded by unfamiliar circumstances, you are vulnerable. I think, and that's the case for a lot of people, women that are young, that are travelling on their own.
It's hard. I mean, is there an issue? There's difference. I know you're saying we don't really care whether someone's innocent or guilty. That's irrelevant to what you do. You want to make sure people get the help they need. And again, I'm always in favour of these people should get the legal help that they need. And often they're not even getting.
That's enough.
We expect.
That's enough.
Yeah.
So basically, these guys are talking in circles. I mean, they want to know, do you have sympathy? This guy runs I guess he's a part of an organization that supports people overseas. Listen, if you got busted in Sri Lanka, I'm glad there's some organization that's going to help you.
Yeah, that's great, especially when you're overseas. You need some representation.
Especially if it's weed or something. Yeah. If it's weed, then,
But I sure love to get that sympathy up front like they get.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get that.
Well, you're black, so you wouldn't get any of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna play right in. I'm gonna play right into.
You heard it first, right here. Yeah. Oh, they couldn't possibly have done it. They're very vulnerable.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, the UK, man, you guys got to pull it together. Start making this stuff more accessible and legal, and I'm guessing you're going to have less problems with it like this. And I don't know, man, do some investigation. Maybe these girls are getting taken advantage of. They all going through Thailand, and then they show up in some other country, and they get busted at the airport. That's a coincidence or what?
Lock them hoes up.